In the market for a luxury watch, but you're not a watch nerd or a watch bro? Need some basic tips before investing in a luxury timepiece? Wondering what the point is of investing in a luxury timepiece? There are many men who are obsessed with luxury watches and can spot an aftermarket bezel from a mile away. And if you are one of these luxury watch bros, this video is not for you because you already know. And also, I just don't get you. I mean, why do you care so much about how the light hits the rose gold on the 6 o'clock dial marker in the special edition version of some obscure Rolex model? Anyway, here are a few basic watch buying tips you should know before investing in a timepiece. Tip 1. Before shopping for a luxury watch, figure out which of the following two categories of watch buyers you belong to. Is your primary concern investing in a timepiece which will hold value and that you can sell or trade later on? If so, you are what I call the money value watch buyer. Or are you primarily in the market for this watch because you just feel like $1,000,000 wearing it and you love the impression it makes on other people? You, my friend, are what I like to call the romance value watch buyer. I know what you're thinking. You feel like you fit both categories. Well, listen, peasant. Life is a trade-off, and decisions must be made. Overcome your anxiety, reach deep within yourself, and pick a side, or you'll waste your life away at the edge of decision. Always safe, but never truly alive. Of course, if you are filthy rich, you don't have to ask yourself these questions, because you don't need to make trade-offs to achieve your primary goal for a luxury watch purchase. But chances are that you aren't filthy rich, and in that case, it helps to know the primary reason you are shopping for a luxury timepiece. The following tips are mainly geared towards the first group of buyers I mentioned, the money value buyers. Stay tuned for a future video with tips for the romance value buyers. Tip 2. Make sure your watch comes with the original authentication card, also known as papers. There are tons of used luxury watches on sale without their original authentication cards. But still, avoid buying a high-end watch without its original card if you ever intend on selling or trading it. You will save money when you buy a watch without papers, but trust me, it's not worth the value you will save if you are looking for a watch that will hold value. Tip 3. Especially if you're not buying it from a factory store. For example, buying a Rolex from the Rolex store. Make sure you have a receipt with a return policy when you purchase the watch and immediately take it to a watchmaker to verify that there are no aftermarket parts on the watch and mainly that the movement is not fake. Watch sellers are not watchmakers. Watchmakers, in many cases, don't advertise themselves as watch sellers. Even watch sellers use watchmakers to verify watches, and you can too. They authenticate many different high-end luxury watch brands and might even give you a few pointers. Rolex factory stores will also usually, for a small fee, authenticate Rolex watches, as long as there has not been any obvious aftermarket work done on them. Tip 4. Two of the most popular watch brands are Rolex and Cartier, but there is a clear winner in terms of value retention. Rolex holds more value than Cartier. In fact, in the gray market for luxury watches, you get brand spanking new Cartiers for slightly below MSRP. But you just can't with Rolex. So, better to buy a used Rolex than a new Cartier. Tip 5. Here are the top 5 watch brands ranked for creating an aura of prestige when seen on a wrist. Before listing these out, let's take a moment of silence for all the watch bros who will fall into a pit of rage upon realizing all the brands that I left out. Number 5. Rolex. Number 4. Audemars Piguet. Number 3. Patek Philippe. Number 2. Richard Mille. Number 1. F.P. Journe. Do you feel like I missed an important tip? You can find me in the comments. Are you a watch bro who feels like I've got some details wrong? Of course you do, because you will never be satisfied. but your comments are also welcome. There's a rumor out there that I will unveil my face if I reach 1 million subscribers. And let me tell you, 1 million subscribers might get you an eyeball at best.